welcome properly now, guys. Welcome properly to our soul circle, our Sunday gateway to play in the deep waters of ourselves. I'd like you to find a way to sit comfortably with the spine tall and to bring one hand to rest on your belly and the other to rest on your heart, and to close your eyes and to smile. Really smile. Let the feeling of joy wash through you. Let it emanate from the heart out to the corners, the edges of the body, where the skin envelops you and contains you. Feel the joy moving from the heart all the way out to the surface of the skin. And steady the breath. And just take a moment to think about why you love coming to share this time together. What is it that you get from it? And it might be different than what I prompt you with. How do you feel? How do you connect? Do you get that sense of wonder, of limitlessness, of transcending our normal everyday brains and becoming one with everything? Adorable goddess, these practices are a nectar I share with you. Drink from this cup whenever you are thirsty or crave to be refreshed in the essence of life. Know that this ambrosia is available to you everywhere, for the universe is made out of it. Simply go to the intersection of flesh and spirit. Breathe the tiny sparks that fly. Within this very body are many gateways to the infinite, where incarnation and immortality consummate their passion for each other. You are made up of the same stuff as the universe. We feel like we're separate, but we're made of atoms, molecules. We breathe air. We take in matter. When we slow down, we come to the intersection of flesh and spirit. We come to know that flesh and spirit are one. And it's in the tiny moments, the sun on your skin, the smell of roses in the morning air, the brush of your lover's hand. It's in these tiny moments that the spark of the goddess, the spark of divinity, moves you beyond your normal waking consciousness and gives you a glimpse of something else. So bring both hands into prayer at the heart and bow the head now. As we progress into movement, allow the movement to be the gateway to the infinite. As this poetry says, where incarnation and immortality, so that's another way of saying that, is where being alive in your body in this moment, but also being a spiritually immortal, energetically immortal flash of divine consciousness. You are both. Let the movement and then the subsequent sound that we'll go into with the gong bath, let them be the vehicle to unite you in this knowing of you are both the flesh and the immortal. You are the world and you are spirit. Set your intention now, whatever it may be. And then come to stand at the top of your mat. I'm just going to rearrange my camera a little bit so that you can see me a little bit more. Oops. There we go. Okay, so come, oh, I love a bit of movement. Come to stand at the top of the mat, and just remember, as always, that we're not moving with the intention of busting our asses. No pain, no gain. That's not our intention. Let every movement be an embodiment of energy, embodiment of the immortality that poetry was talking about, an embodiment of the mystery. So move with grace and connection. Move with the deep inner knowing that the spirit is alive inside of you. So come to the top of the mat, take the feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward, bring hands into heart. Bow the head and bow to your own inner wisdom. Bow to your own divinity, your own dance of flesh and spirit. And then as you breathe in, spread the arms wide, take palms to face forward and gather yourself up. So draw the arms up towards the sky, look up towards the thumbs. Lift the lower belly, press down into the feet and reach right the way into the fingertips. Squeeze the quads, look up. Bring hands through prayer. Bend the knees, exhale to the floor. Fingertips to the floor, straighten the legs as much or as little as you like. So we open and then we fold in, so we come in on ourselves. Maybe energetically you feel yourself drawing inwards, slowing down. Squeeze the thighs together and notice how that changes the lower back and the pelvis. And then bend the knees. Take the arms wide, come all the way to stand again. Look up. Again. Here we extend. We reach all of ourselves to the sky. Acknowledging the majesty of all that is above us. And then we fold, we exhale, coming to the floor, bending the knees as much as we need. And we draw in on ourselves. Squeeze the thighs. See how that lifts the hips up even more. One more time, bend the knees. Inhale, arms wide. Looking to the sky. Exhale, arms down, folding forward, straighten the legs. Squeeze the thighs. Bring fingertips to the floor or maybe to the fronts of the shins. And then come up onto the balls of the feet if you can. I'm just being mean, I'm just challenging you for the fun of it because it's fun to have a little bit of a challenge. But actually, I say that as a jest, but this is part of the joy of it. It's part of the joy of playing with being in a body. So high on the balls of the feet, And then lower the heels to the ground, bend the knees. Lift the arms up, keep legs bent, chair pose. And very gently in chair, tilt the pelvis. So curl the bottom in underneath you and then tip the bottom out. Curl the bottom in, tip the bottom out. Every movement is deliberate so that you let the light of consciousness play in the flesh. Oh, yeah. And then fold down again, straighten the legs. Walk the hands a little bit more forwards. Lift the toes and sway the hips from side to side. Nice. And then walk yourself back, downward facing dog. Have a little play in your downward dog this morning, allowing the body to open up. So some ways I love to do this are to rock the hips to one side and turn both sets of toes to point to the opposite side so that you get a really good stretch down the outer body. And then the other side as well. One of the things I've noticed as I practice over the years is just how elated you can feel in the body when you start to really get in and work not from a place of ego of like, I'm going to get into this pose, but from a place of experience. So you start to really be present in what's coming up in the body. You get these kind of almost feelings of euphoria, actually. Beautiful, guys. Now step the big toes together and bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Pivot the back heel down. We're going to come up into warrior two. Squeeze your right butt. Actually, I'm going to take you somewhere else first. Before we do that, if you've got a bit of belly like me, lift yourself over so that you're on the inside, your upper body's on the inside of the front leg. Now take your right arm so it's pressing against your right leg. And then reach the left arm forward and out to the side. Squeeze the right hip. This is going to be a really good one for you actually, Linda. So squeeze that right butt. Press arm into leg, leg into arm. Oh, this is so juicy, isn't it? Now walk left hand away from you and take right arm with it. Press very gently so your fingertips are on the floor and you press your hips back. Nice. And then walk around with the feet so you're facing the long edge of the mat. Just notice if you need to realign the feet so that the heels are in line with one another. And then shift the hips over to the right. Pivot left foot up so fingertips come to the floor. So you're on the ball. I have to lift my harem pants here. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Right arm on inside of right knee. Lift left arm up towards the sky. Over by the ear. Oh yeah. And then swoop it forward and down towards the left leg. Maybe you stay here. Some of you might then be able to lift the right arm up and take both hands to the floor again. Straighten both legs, folding down. Walk around towards the back edge of the mat now. So we're going to come into warrior two, facing the back of the mat. Front knee bent, back foot flat on the floor, with the toes at a slight angle. Lift the body up and around to the side, and then take the left hand onto the floor on the inside of the left leg. Bend the knee. So heel and wrist are in line with one another. Press leg into arm, arm into leg, and then take your right arm, slide it out to the right. Oh, it gets so juicy when you get in there. Squeeze that left butt, so that's the butt of the knee that's bent. Maybe reach out a little bit more and breathe. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good. Linda, this is actually going to be a really good one for you. It's kind of a modified variation, but it's so juicy. Now take left hand to meet right hand. Sit down a little bit deeper. You've got this. Keep going. Feel the magic. And then walk the hands back. Pivot the feet back around. Long edge of the mat, forward fold. Come on to the fingertips. Inhale to lift the chest. Bend the left knee. Come onto the ball of the left foot and let the right toes come up. Left arm to inside of knee, fingertips on the floor to balance you, and then reach right arm up and over. Smile. Oh, this is such a joy to be able to share this with you guys. Oh yeah. Keep going. Allowing the inner groin to open, the right side body to open, the backs of the hamstrings. Now swoop that right arm forward and in an arc around to the right foot. Maybe you stay here. Maybe, oh, my balance isn't anywhere near as good on this side. Maybe you lift the left arm up. See, it's okay to wobble and balance. You just find your shape and you go for it. There we go. Found it. And then expand into it. When you wobble, that's time to smile and enjoy it, my friends. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. Bring hands to the floor. Use them to lift yourself up, forward fold. Maybe hands are on shins, maybe they're on the ankles. You just find where feels good for you. Then inhale, fingertips to the floor, lift the chest. We're going to do that again, but we're going to kind of open it up slightly. So come onto the right foot, left foot to the floor. Bring hands into prayer if you can. If that's not working for you today or you just can't be asked, take hands to the floor. And then shift the hips over, scoot over to the right. Left. We're going to do that a couple more times, and I want you just to go at your own pace. Maybe the hands come onto the floor, maybe they don't. Or maybe you lift the other arm as you're taking the stretch. I want you really, as we move through this, I want you to find your grace and power, and it doesn't matter actually what you do. What I'm looking for is for you to embody the spirit, the mystery moving through you as you move. So you do whatever feels good. One more each side. So strengthening, this one, and it really challenges the balance. Finish back on the right side. And on the right side, turn left toes to point up and walk your hands around so that you're now facing the straight out leg. And then come back down onto your left hip and take the right foot, so you've got your right knee bent with the foot out behind you. This is going to be another good one for you, Linda, because it's a real deep internal rotation of that right leg. The leg that's straight out in front of you, let the toes curl in slightly into a very gentle internal rotation. Use the hands on the floor, either side of the extended leg, and then walk as far or as not forward to take a slight forward bend. Where we've been doing quite a lot of movement, now we're going to come into some stillness. So steady the breath down. Maybe come into those 4-part square breathing that we did, where you breathe in for 4, you hold the breath, then you exhale for 4, and you hold the breath. Nice. Walk the hands back up. Take that right knee now and bring it around so the sole of the foot is on the floor. Hug the knee into the chest, lift the spine. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, twist towards the right, keeping the opposite arm on that bent knee, and bring the fingertips to the floor behind you. So we're taking a closed twist. Breathing slowly here, closing the eyes and smiling. The body offers so many gateways to the divine. From flowing movement to absolute stillness. From offering expansiveness like we did at the start to folding in. Here we are quite contracted. Come back to center. And then take that right knee, just like we did before, to the floor behind you. Take fingertips either side of the straight leg and lift yourself gently up, making your way back to the forward fold with wide legs. Just take a few breaths here. If you're feeling really gung-ho today, you can even take the hands behind you, interlace them. Press the backs of the hands away from you and let the arms come overhead. Allowing the chest to open. Releasing down now. Bending the left knee, coming up high onto the ball of the foot. Pivoting the right foot, so toes pointing straight up. Now walk yourself around. Sit on the right heel and take the left knee so it points out towards the side with the foot on the floor behind you. Walk the hands so they're either side of the front straight thigh and use them to lift the chest up. Now guys, it's quite a deep internal rotation of that bent leg, so you find like I always think of it as the Goldilocks spot, because everyone's bodies are so different. I'm not going to give you prescriptive, this needs to be here. What I'm going to do is give you the invitation to move your body so that you find what feels absolutely right today in your body. And for me, this again plays back into the idea of our bodies are a gateway to the divine. We are looking to understand ourselves better, not follow an arbitrary set of rules that a teacher gives us because this is what most bodies look like. Some bodies look like that, some bodies are going to feel good like that, others don't. And we get to play with how our personal physical vessel responds. No right or wrong. If you haven't already, folding down over the front leg. And enjoying. I haven't done this sequence for years. I think we did it, I can't remember if you were there, Linda. And Sue, you'd have definitely done it with me. I think I've only done a sequence like this once. Slightly different I did it, but it's a cracker. I love the internal rotation like this. Awesome. Take a few more breaths. Observing the quality of going inwards. And if you find your mind starts to get busy and wander, don't worry. That's part of the journey. That's part of the Shakti, part of the energy moving through you. Bring the awareness down into the body and give that energy somewhere to go. Walk the hands up. Lean onto the right hip so you can bring the left foot around. Sole of the foot on the floor, knee bent. Begin by hugging knee into chest. So you interlace the hands on the front of the shin or the front of the knee. Hug knee into chest, lift the spine. And take a moment to be still. And to smile. These practices are about connecting with the divinity within, knowing that we're made of matter and the magical spiritual stuff. Take right hand to the outer left knee now. Breathe in as you lengthen the spine. And then so I need to move my belly out of the way, that's totally cool. Take left hand behind you and lengthen the spine here. Looking over the back shoulder. And notice everything there is to notice in this moment. Steady and slow the breath. These practices are a nectar I share with you. Drink from this cup whenever you are thirsty or crave to be refreshed in the essence of life. Know that this ambrosia is available to you everywhere, for the universe is made of it. Simply go to the intersection of flesh and spirit. Breathe the tiny sparks that fly. Within this very body are many gateways to the infinite, where incarnation and immortality consummate their passion for each other. Come back to center. Release the legs. Take the fingertips to the floor by the hips and inhale to lift the chest. Release the jaw. So notice if you're holding tightness through the jaw and let it soften. And then on an exhale, start to walk yourself forwards. I'm going to let you take a really gentle forward fold today. So you can round the spine and allow everything to be soft, even maybe wriggling from side to side. One thing I love doing here is as I wriggle, it's just shifting the hips and the bottom back. So it's almost like you're walking the bottom back and then pressing through alternate heels. Again, it's just my style of teaching, but I love to empower people to own their practice, not to think that there's rules. There are so many rules in life, and we miss the magical freedom of really owning our own experience. So as you hold this shape in whatever way feels good, have full permission to explore and trust your body. We begin to learn how to really place great trust in our physical bodies instead of doubting them, seeing them as the enemy or something that needs to be controlled. We start to create a very different type of vibrational relationship. Just take a few more breaths. And then on your next exhale, unraveling. And coming all the way onto your back. I would say, before we make the descent, if you need or want to do anything to feel really warm and cozy, now would be the moment. And in fact, today, instead of sound, what I'm going to do is lead you through a yoga nidra. So a process of deep relaxation. So get yourself warm and cozy. I'm going to get my yoga nidra book. Because feeling peaceful and nourished and relaxed is just as divine as feeling joyful and alive and full of energy. It's just a different end of the spectrum. And it's another one that so many of us struggle with. So get really, really comfortable. Lie back. If you are lucky enough to be in your bedroom, get back into bed. If you've got a blanket handy, have a blanket. And don't worry if you fall asleep during this practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra is translated, Yoga Nidra translates as the practice of yogic sleep. And with yogic sleep, you won't necessarily fall asleep, and indeed that's not the goal, to actually go to sleep. But what happens is your mind slows down and your body receives the same nourishment on a very practical, pragmatic, physical level as when you go into the deeper layers of actual sleep. And I forget the science of it, but I think it's something like 20 minutes of yoga nidra or 40 minutes of yoga nidra is the equivalent to sort of six or so hours of sleep. So we're going to take a short yoga nidra, so I'm going to give you a nice long power nap essentially. So get yourself comfortable, close the eyes. What's your intention for this rest? Is it to be nourished? Is it to rest? Is your intention to receive guidance or clarity? What is your intention? Plant it like a seed in the earth now, allowing it to sprout as you soften and release. Now close your eyes. Visualize the four walls of the room. Or for you, Tess, on the boat, visualize the edges of the boat. The ceiling, the floor. Visualize the boat underneath you. Visualize your body lying there. Feel into your body from the inside. Feel the clothes touching the skin. Have a sense of the space around you. Feel the support of the ground. The gravity from above giving your weight to the floor. You are being held. Make any final adjustments now so that you are completely at ease. Perhaps wriggle or move a little. Feel the breath in the body. Breath drawing in, filling, filling. Breath emptying, emptying. Body a vessel to receive the breath, filling, filling. Body a vessel to return the breath, emptying, emptying. With every inhale, you drink in eternity. With every exhale, you offer back infinity. Move your awareness around your body like a spark. Eyes, lips, jaw relaxed. Throat, chest, belly, completely at ease and relaxed. Feel your whole body start to relax. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just be here. Don't worry if you drift in and out of consciousness. It's perfectly natural. When you drift away, come back to the sound of my voice. Now set your intention. As we discussed a moment ago, what is your intention? Water the seed that you planted. Take a moment to consider your intention again. Now state it 3 times in the positive as if it's already happened. For example, I receive peace and rest. I feel nourished. See it and picture it as having already happened. Listen for distant sounds. Sounds radiating outward. Sound to sound. Not labeling or judging. Closer sounds. Sounds just outside. No need to analyze. Simply be a witness to them. You are the witness, still and calm, observing your body breathing. Take a moment to find your safe haven, a place you can return to at any stage. A place where you feel secure, calm and loved. Here in this place there is nothing to solve or fix or run towards or away from. Just be. Now observe the mind, the thoughts and images. Let them all happen and flow through you. Let go of the past thoughts of the day. They drift away along with your attention. Be aware of your body breathing. Begin to shape your breath. Belly smooth, no pauses. Let your breath flow effortlessly. Let your awareness sweep from the top of your head to your toes, a wave of relaxation. And now begin to count backwards on each exhale from 10. As you count back, imagine that you're walking down a staircase. With each step, you get heavier and more relaxed. Now let go of the counting. Bring your attention to your mouth, your lips, your tongue, roof of the mouth, floor of the mouth. Feel your teeth as if they were floating in your gums. Bring awareness to the inside of your cheeks and the taste in your mouth. Feel your left and right temples, both of your ears. Take your attention down into your ear canals and feel them deepen. Bring consciousness to your earlobes and the skin around your ears. Your forehead softens and smooths, as do the lines between your eyes. Become aware of the hair on your head. Now take your attention to your nostrils, the right and the left nostril, and the bridge of the nose. Sense aroma and movement of air into the nostril passages. To your eyes now. Let your eyes deepen and soften into the sockets. The right eye and the left eye become heavy like pebbles. When you let go of sight, inner vision becomes brighter. Notice your right hand, thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, back of the hand, palm of the hand, wrist, elbow, right shoulder, right side chest, right armpit, right side of the waist, right thigh, knee, ankle, top of the right foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, right heel, back of the leg, buttocks. Bring your attention to your left hand now. Thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, back of the hand, palm of the hand, wrist, elbow, left shoulder, left side chest, left armpit, left side of the waist, left thigh, knee, ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, left heel, back of the leg, buttocks. Feel both of your legs heavy and rooted, grounded and solid. Take your attention now to the front of the body, the soft spot at the base of the throat, the chest, solar plexus and belly. Feel your pelvis, the whole front of the body light and spacious. Take your attention to the back of the body, the base of the neck, upper back, mid-back, lower back, sacrum and tailbone. The entire back of the body at ease. Feel your whole body lying there on the floor. Become a witness to your whole body as if you were looking at yourself from above. As you relax effort, feel the breath rise and fall of its own accord. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. When you're ready to come back, slowly deepen your breath. Move your toes and fingers and roll onto one side, pausing there until you feel ready to sit up. Take your time. And know that if you wish to stay lying in stillness, that's absolutely fine. If you wish to stay lying in stillness and observe how your body, your spirit and your mind feel after a fairly strong movement practice and a very deep relaxation practice, I would say this embodies fully what this insight verse is talking about. Being refreshed in the essence of life. And the magic is, you don't need to take anything. It's all stimulated from within. from combining the body and the spirit and moving outside of your own personal, now let me rephrase that, moving deeper into your personal experience to take you beyond individuality into the feeling of joy and wonder and oneness. Bringing hands into prayer if you're seated. If you're not, you just stay where you are. And bowing your head. Namaste. Thank you for coming here this Sunday and for joining me in these practices of going inside, of listening to the body, of joyously embracing our physical bodies as a gateway to something deeper. And I sincerely hope that you come out the other side today feeling refreshed, inspired, maybe a big smile on your face, feeling calmer and stiller, and that you can take this feeling into the rest of your day and your week. Sending you all so much love.